This is it, people. This is what you've been waiting for. This is Everyday Celebrity Podcast. The podcast for everyday people with everyday problems, trying to find everyday solutions to accomplish everyday goals. Let's start the show. Welcome to another episode of Everyday Celebrity Podcast, number one podcast in Oakland, the number one podcast in the Bay Area. And today we have a special guest joining me tonight. He is a leader of a band. He's an activist, I believe.
Definitely, dude.
Gets all of his shit out through his music. And we're going to talk about all things and everything. Welcome, Ahmed, to the show. How are you doing, sir?
Woo! How's it going? I'm great, dude.
How was your night?
It's always a good day. It's always a good day, but sometimes it's like amazing and great, you know?
Do you have a stage name, or do you just go by Ahmed?
No, just Ahmed.
Okay.
When I was growing up, like obviously everyone loves Freddie Mercury, but Freddie Mercury has like a Persian name. His name's Farid Balsara. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's like too ethnic of a name back then, so he changed it to Freddie Mercury, so people would not view him as ethnic, and most people thought he was like white. You know what I mean?
Oh, I thought he was white too,
but he's not. He's like his family's from Zanzibar, which is like crazy. Like that, I didn't know that until the movie came out.
Does that make you think of him as a sellout?
No, it doesn't. It's just like he's just a complicated character, especially like being gay during that era and stuff. So I get it. Things were different, and he's Freddie Mercury, dude. Like people live different lives.
Yeah,
you can't be him. You can only be yourself.
So, like I said in the introduction, you are the lead singer of the band Goof.
Yep.
Okay. And when was that band formed?
And so I quit my when I moved from Egypt to here in 2013-14. Got a marketing job, did quite well in it, but it's not the thing I wanted to do. I quit, went to take classes at City College for film, and during that time or before it, I was writing the music and stuff, and I met at City College our first drummer, Josh. And through him, we got like our first bass player, and that was in 2018. Started practicing the songs and stuff, and played our first show in 2019.
So it's a 3-member band?
Yeah, 3-member band.
Okay.
It's the members are not even the ones I just mentioned, but at the time, those were the members, Ryan and Josh, and then became Taylor. And it's more, Goof is more like I write the music and stuff, but it's just like we're adults now and we're independent. So the collection of people who are involved in the music changes. Like on the first record, or not album, but just like demo EP, Josh and Ryan were on it. On the first album, Taylor Martin and Ryan was on it too, Ryan Baum. Second album, John Kassenberg was on bass, and Taylor was on drums. So like it changes, you know what I mean?
Every time I speak to people that are in bands, they always say when they started, the members were this, and then the original members, when bands start, are usually never the same people.
Okay.
Why do you think? Do you think it's hard to like keep an original cast throughout the whole? And why is that?
Well, there's a lot of factors. For example, with me, when I started the band, I was 30. You know what I mean? Or 31 even. And I'm 38 right now. So I don't have this like, I'm from Egypt also. So I don't have a big friend group here in Egypt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't go to school here, so I don't have like a lot of people that I know from high school or college or something. So all these things, for example, for me are what make it hard because I'm always like searching. You know what I mean? But at the same time, even if y'all are best friends and like from high school and stuff, things change. Like people want to become accountants and people like get married and people pass away. You know what I mean?
So the whole time that you guys, the band Goof has been out there in the world, how many times have the cast changed?
3 times.
3 times
so far. Even Nirvana, the cast, like they had 5 drummers before they got to Dave Grohl. But people like, that's the thing. When you're independent, it's different. Once the money is there, that's different.
People start staying longer or something?
Well, exactly. Like if you made $100,000 every year, like not even millions, just $100,000 making music and touring, you would stay in a band. I would. You know what I mean? I'm making the salary of like someone who works in a tech job. You know what I mean? And if I'm making millions, that not only makes people stay, but they go at each other's throats.
Do you guys get along? You and your band members?
Yeah, all of my band members and like people who are not in the band anymore are like my best friends. Yeah, like we fight and stuff, just like brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? But we're all like best friends. Yeah, like I talk to them all the time, send them holiday messages, like call each other when we need each other. So. Yeah, but like I said, like I don't have a lot of friends here. I'm from Egypt, so those people are like family to me.
So you say you're from Egypt. When did you leave Egypt to come to the States?
Well, I was born in Houston. My family came here for my dad to study computer science, and my mom studied a little bit too. And they went back to Egypt when I was about 9 or 8. And over there, I stayed there until I went to school, like college in Canada for 2 years. And then I went to, or like a year and a half. And then I went to, what's it called? Like I came to the Bay Area when I was 2013, 2014. I think I was like 27, 26. Something like that.
Tell me about your time in Egypt.
It was going there because I grew up in Houston when I was like young.
Yeah.
So going there, it had not been fully like introduced to like a lot of Western, like I guess as a kid, entertainment was just like the biggest thing. There was not much
no strip clubs in Egypt or none?
Strip clubs, nah. Actually, that's not true, dude. We have kind of like strip clubs, like places
in Egypt.
Well, Egypt's like Hollywood in the Middle East.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like people, like it's a very laid back country.
Yeah, I just read. Well, I didn't read. I saw a video clip. They were talking about Egypt, and they said it's very like 95 or 90 or 95% of the population live in this small area where the river ends or something.
In Cairo,
and then everywhere else in Egypt is just like empty.
It's true. Like the Nile, like where the Nile flows, that's where most of like people live. And then on the 2 sides, it's like empty. But on the coast of like the Red Sea, there's a lot of tourism and a lot of fishing companies and stuff like that.
And it looks weird. Like when you look at it's like a line. It'll be like where the pyramids are, like straight desert, and then you cross a road and it's like a forest.
Yeah.
How the fuck is that even possible?
Well, it's just where the water is. It's just like that's what I mean. Like, I guess so. Like, the Middle East has like culturally, like from historically also like just has a lot of like knowledge and was like a lot, like really important historically, the Middle East, especially Egypt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of inventions happen there. First inventions, a lot of science, a lot of poetry, mathematics, surgery, all that stuff.
Do you think? Did you see the pyramids? Have you seen the pyramids?
Of course. Yeah, I used to go once a month, ride horses at night around the pyramids.
What's your take? Do you think it's man-made?
I don't know. Like, you know what? Like, I just never thought that it wasn't. Like in my like when they were like, "Oh, it's man-made," I was like, "Yeah, sure." Like, sure, it's like incredible. You know what I mean? But it's not like we haven't built crazy things. Like we fucking go to space. You know?
But no one knows how those shits were built, though.
Sure, no one knows how you make mummies.
That's why I think it wasn't man-made.
But like,
because you can't explain.
Sure.
You cannot explain the shit that they find, and they just found. I'm pretty sure you saw when they did an infrared scan or something under Egypt, under the pyramids, and they saw those like towers that go deep down into the ground.
Yeah.
And then I remember I saw there was a documentary, and they were talking about that they discovered like copper coils for like electricity. You just feel like these motherfuckers had electricity back then?
Dude, well, like, think about it this way, too. Imagine this. Imagine a country where there is a Steve Jobs, an Apple, and everyone else is a slave. Like, everyone is a slave. You know what I mean? That's Egypt back then. So, like, it's not like hard to believe that like they reached some sort of technology in certain things because that's all they were focused on. Like it's not like they were focused on making the people happy and stuff. No, they were like focused on Pharaoh's bidding. Whoever was the Pharaoh, it's like Alexander the Great. Why is he great? Because that's the only thing he's thinking about is like conquest and.
Yeah, when it comes to like
singular minds,
like people like that, I take what I hear with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? I don't really believe that Alexander the Great was such a like crazy, like they said he was if he didn't die, he would have conquered the whole world. Like I don't believe that shit.
Well, he could have died many times. And like if he kept going, he could have died the next month. You know what I mean? So like why not? It's not like the world was like it's not like he was going against like America today. You know what I mean? Like everyone else was like dumb also. Yeah. Like they're all on horses and shit and like you know what I mean? Like when like that's why like religion is so like crazy to me. Because like I respect it, you know what I mean? I grew up with it, like I grew up Muslim. But to me, I think everyone should view it as like Buddhism. You know what I mean? Like it should not be a life, and like it should not come between you and others ever. Yeah. And that's like crazy to me because that's the number one thing that comes between people and like each other is like how they view each other. And religion is a big part of it. You know what I mean? Because it like commands you to think a certain way. Yeah. So like, but also like these religions were written by sand people, dude. like those people didn't know what blood type they were. You know what I mean? Like they were that dumb. You know what I mean? Like Jesus was that like not knowing. You know what I mean? Like he didn't know what blood type he was. So like, So that's kind of why I take everything like that, like you said, with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Like it like exists. There's a lot of inspiration to take from it. Like the Quran is like one of the craziest Arabic literary things that have ever been written. You know what I mean? And at the time when the Quran was like written, that was like the superpower back then. Like if you were a rock star, if you were great at speaking, at poetry. That's why at the time the miracle of Islam was that the Quran was just like unbeatable in poetry. And Muhammad also like said that he was illiterate it's like Stevie Wonder, you know what I mean? Like he's blind but can play and sing, you know what I mean?
Your parents, were they you say you grew up Muslim, but were they like like extremist type Muslims, like
Extremists?
not extremist
Sure,
type.
sure.
I'm talking, what I mean by extremist was like they
Like strict?
like, yeah, strict, that they believed exactly what the Quran, because you know how
Sure.
you have some Christians, I'm a Christian, but then they don't live life as a Christian. They pick and choose what to believe, how to practice in their life, what the Bible says.
Well, with Islam, it's a little different than Christianity, because like with certain countries and different Islam is in like so many cultures. You know what I mean? Like Arab Muslims, and like even in Arab, like there's like North Africa, like Egypt, Algeria, Morocco. Those countries are more laid back. They have a lot of tourism, have a lot of Western influence. Whereas like countries like Saudi or even Dubai, like Dubai is like, sure, really advanced and stuff, and like has a lot of business and tourism, but it's pretty strict actually.
Yeah.
Like much more than Egypt.
That's where the girls go to get shit on and shit.
Oh yeah. What?
A lot of girls from the U.S., they get flown out there.
Like taken?
Like get flown out there to do like sexual acts for like wealthy people. Like pissed and shit on.
Oh, sure. Well,
I'm pretty
that's
sure,
everywhere.
No, but it's crazy in Dubai.
But like that's everywhere. Like, well, so Dubai is like Monaco or Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that's kind of what I mean. Like
there's no crime either.
It's because it's so strict. Like Saudi also, like crime is like very like low in Saudi, but in Egypt we have like, so like in Egypt there's crime because like people are poor. You know what I mean? Like 80% of Egypt like doesn't know if they're gonna get bread the next day.
Yeah.
Like that's like some real shit. You know what I mean?
When you first got out there,
I don't want to downplay Egypt though and the Middle East, because like Egypt, Morocco, and like Tunisia, Algeria, like all those countries are like beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
like Egypt's amazing. Like everyone has to go see the pyramids, whether you think aliens, like especially if you think aliens built them, bro. Like, you should go see them.
It is on my bucket list.
So the reason why I like thinking that people built it, because of this. Even if aliens built it, dude, people were their slaves. They did their bidding, you know what I mean? So, like, it's not like aliens were building that shit and the Egyptians were like, we're just watching and we're never going to mention this.
Yeah.
So, they, like, maybe Pharaoh was an alien, like in Stargate.
Or maybe they were there.
Like, have you ever seen Stargate?
Stargate, yeah, I saw that shit.
Yeah, like, the pharaohs are aliens in that. You know what I mean? So like maybe the pharaohs were aliens. Sure, I don't mind that, but like dude, like Judaism like came out of Egyptian slavery. Like you see what I'm trying to say? Like like people were like fucked back then with all these projects that the pharaohs were doing, and the pyramids was like one of them. But so that's kind of the reason why I like to think that people were involved in it, because it's proof of two things: that people can do incredible things that you can't even imagine, things that even people that go to space can't even like fathom. Still, they don't know how the pyramids were built, even though we go to space. You know what I mean? And like James Cameron's like underwater and stuff, but like still no one knows how the pyramids were built.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But at the same time, it's also like a symbol of that we can do terrible things, like slavery. Like to achieve great things, we do terrible things. And that's where the balance, that's why I always like, that's every time I went to the pyramids, that's all I could think of when I sat down and looked at them. And it's like so beautiful at night. Like smoking a joint and like drinking some tea, like some like Bedouins and stuff. And it's like beautiful. I'm watching the pyramids. I'm on my horse coming back. like to the city, and it's like it's just amazing. You know what I mean?
So when you first got out there, you were 9 years old,
yeah, I was 9 years old.
and you from 9. I know. I mean, you were a child, obviously, but when you moved out there, was it a culture shock from Houston
ways.
to Egypt?
In certain ways, like my family did well over there. Like my grandfather, he owned a construction company,
Mm-hmm.
and what's it called? And like dress boutiques, and he did really well for him and his family and stuff. Took care of his brothers, and really inspirational person. Like when he died, like over 1,000 people came to his funeral, and we're just telling, like we didn't even know most of the people. And they were just telling all these like great stories about him, how he helped them and stuff. He was just a normal guy. So to me, he was like really inspirational. That's where like kind of my like, as you call it, like activism. To me, it's not really activism. It's like, how can you not be like this anymore? When everyone has a platform, you know how like when people used to say, if I could only talk to this artist and tell him to keep going.
Yeah.
If I could only support them like straight ahead, just make sure the money's going to them. I'm only laughing because people don't do that. You know what I mean? If I can only have a platform to tell people how much I hate Israel, like if I can only do this, if I can stop racism, well, now you do have a platform. You know what I mean? So like, be annoying, dude. And like, I believe if you put yourself out there enough, in every way, because of the internet and because of independence now, not on a social level, lose people, dude. Tell your truth. If you have a lot of friends, trust me, most of them are not your friends. Like, but if you think of them as actual friends, I mean, like you can have a lot of acquaintances, sure. Yeah. But if you think you have like a lot of friends, then trust me, dude, you need to rethink things because you're not saying what you're supposed to be saying. Live your truth, man, and like be yourself, because then like your true friend circle and your true relationships will appear. Not only that, on a professional level, do the same thing because you don't want to be fake just to make $1.
Yeah.
Especially when you have that independence. This is the time to actually put like your money where your mouth is. Like when you say, I'm going to be this type of person, well, you do have that ability. You know what I mean? You're independent. You have the ability to like promote every day. You have the ability to talk to your fans. You have the ability to be more engaging. Like, and that's kind of like how I view it. I speak my mind, and if the fans want to stay, they stay.
When you were in Egypt, were you into music?
Absolutely.
Were you making music in Egypt?
For a bit. So when I was a kid, so obviously when I was here in America, like I loved music, obviously, just like every kid, you know, and like cartoons and stuff. And that was kind of the most of the culture shock. It's just like Western programming had not become such a phenomenon. You know what I mean? Like people like know about Batman, Superman, really famous things, but like not everything is there. Like I like to make this example, like movies used to come out there a year later.
Okay.
Whereas now sometimes they come out there first because the market is so big. Like there's 100 million people in Egypt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they actually go to the movie theater, bro.
Well, it's like I said, people are poor. So like that's like a big deal. But it's a big deal that you can actually do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like people do actually, like you said, go to the movies because like it's like people, and like it's a Muslim country. So like even though there's clubs and bars and stuff, like most people don't go there. Most people don't drink. You know what I mean? Like most people don't go to like the kind of like when we were talking about like, is there strip clubs in Egypt? It's like belly dancer rooms. And like the belly dancers are just like giving you like beer and stuff.
Teasing me and shit.
Yeah. And if you got game, maybe like you can. Like, some of them also are escorts and stuff like that. But it's like, yeah, it's like most people are not like that. Like I never used to go places like that. Like one time, like my friend was with someone and we picked him up from there, so we went in and like watched. But like both of us were just like, bro, this is like a waste of time. Like we can actually get laid playing guitar.
What caused the move back to the States?
My parents just missed being back home. They always like planned to go back. You know what I mean? Is it a mistake or is it not a mistake? I think they should have stayed, but also if they didn't go back, maybe I wouldn't be this person. So I don't like regret my life in Egypt. I love my life in Egypt. Like I learned how to be hard living there, and I don't mean hard like tough. Tough, but like I don't mean like you know what I mean. I just mean like be positive. To me, that's tough. It's hard to be positive. It's hard to always speak your mind, be yourself, and be positive. Like, do what you think is the right thing. You know what I mean? No matter what you lose. Like, you're only here once, bro. So, like, you do it their way, it's like, no. So, like, that kind of, like, mentality, like, I learned from Egypt. Like, I saw 2 revolutions in Egypt. You know what I mean? During the Arab Spring, like I was part of 2 revolutions that took down 2 presidents. Yeah. So like, yeah, those.
That's one thing that I respect about places overseas. Like when a leader is in office, and if the people don't fuck with him, or if he's not doing his job, or if he's corrupt, they will like forcibly do shit to remove you. Yeah. The fuck out of there.
Dude, it's crazy. It's 6 million people that work and stuff like that and like do most of... That's what I mean, dude. There's 100 million people, but only 6 million people were able to like put down that government. And it's only because they just camped in the street and resisted for like weeks.
Yeah.
That's it. And it happened. Like the president that was there for 30 years stepped down. You know what I mean? Like the year afterwards, we had like a president. He was like starting to be crazy, like with all the Islam stuff, and we're like, bro, that's like we make money from like Hollywood and tourism. Shut the fuck up. And like we just like, dude, like we had like Jon Stewart. We had our own version of him. He lives here now. His name is Bassem Youssef. He even brought Jon Stewart on his television show.
He's like a political
Egypt.
Comedian?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And Morsi, the second president, he was going to put him... He had to escape because he was going to put him in prison for just talking shit, for just doing like a political show. And it was like, obviously became the most famous show because he was the only one in Egypt just speaking his mind. You know what I mean? But he had to escape. And that's when I realized that if I ever wanted to do this and like be a small part of actually like not influencing people, but hoping that people get inspired to affect change themselves. Like it's not like I will change the world, like, but we change the world together. You know what I mean? And we can right now. Like no one watches the news anymore. Like we get the news from each other now.
Are you more when it comes to religion and politics? Sure. Which one are you more passionate about?
In what sense?
Just like
neither, bro. If I'm being honest, like neither. Like I said, like I think religion should be like personal. Like I don't even want to talk about what it means to me. You know what I mean? Or if I believe or if I don't believe. Like it doesn't really matter in that regard what I do. Because like I have a lot of people back home. Like dude, we're looking at Michael Jordan here. To quote him, like Republicans buy sneakers too, man. Great ideas are for everyone, dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like the only way to do that is like not to shit on other people's actual being, like what they consider their like core, unless it's like evil. You know what I mean? Yeah. And there's so many things in religion that are like teaching people how to be great. So like, that's what I mean. Like, to me, it's like Buddhism. If you can keep it like that and it's personal, then I have no problem with it. I just have a problem with people when people think they're better than other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a problem with that.
When did you start playing guitar?
So I discovered this videotape when I was like 8 or 9 when I first moved to Egypt that my dad and uncle had taped. It was like all these like MTV music videos, and I just like was obsessed with it, and I would watch it all the time. It's like 6 hours of music videos. It was like Pink Floyd, like Will Smith, Michael Jackson, the Scorpions, like Tupac, Biggie, NWA. Like it was like 6 hours of like MTV. So like Metallica were on there, Nirvana, like dude, so many people, and Whitney Houston. Like the worst song that was on there was "Boom Boom Shack the Room," like the Will Smith one.
Never heard of it.
You've never? You should check it out.
Boom Boom Shack the Room.
I think it's just called Boom Boom, but the chorus is like Boom 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 Shack the Room. but like I would never forget that because I have to like because it's a videotape, so I have to watch it all. You know what I mean?
Did you always have them? As far as music, did you always say to yourself, "I want to be in a band," or were you like, "Oh, I want to be a rapper"?
When I saw that, I just wanted to be one of those people. I didn't know what it was yet. You know what I mean? But then my uncle started taking guitar lessons like the year afterwards from being influenced by that. And I would just like dance and like sing with the video and shit. But yeah, and I was like obsessed with Michael Jackson, just like every kid. And dude, there was like a bunch of kids in Egypt. Every time we would go to the bus to go home, like they would be there early, like practicing Michael Jackson moves. Like that's how big Michael Jackson was, dude. There was like a Michael Jackson dance troupe in my school in Egypt.
That's why I always, when people say Drake is a bigger artist than Michael Jackson, I'm like, yo, did you fucking live? First of all, if you didn't live during the Michael Jackson's heyday, there's nothing that compares. Like those concerts, he wasn't doing concerts in like football arenas. He was doing concerts like a Woodstock type shit, where it was just him. All those people came just to see him. People was be in that crowd and would shit on themselves because they don't want to leave and miss a piece of a part of the concert.
People would pass out.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people would pass out at his shows just like from seeing him. They would see him and pass out. So like
there's not an artist today that has that type of impact.
Dude, I would say like, sure, do more people know Drake, what's it called now? You know what I mean? Like, sure, yeah. More people know Drake currently because of the internet. You know what I mean? But the same people know Michael Jackson, and without the internet, he was bigger or as big as Drake.
Yeah.
So like that's the part that people forget, that there was no internet when Michael Jackson or Elvis or people knew who Elvis was in Egypt also. The Beatles, like we had like a really famous kind of like band in Egypt. It was basically the Beatles. But they were just like different, and they would do like comedy movies and stuff like that. They were like the 4 people that were like in that band, they became really famous like actors and stuff. But to go back to your original question, like, so when I saw my uncle take guitar lessons, I just told him to teach me, and he taught me one song, and then I went and took 3-4 guitar lessons, and I just started to teach myself. And then one day, I tried out for a band and embarrassed myself. and then I worked harder, and I started to write songs. And I realized that's where my strength was. It wasn't playing the guitar. It was writing songs. And that's where I learned how to even be a better guitar player, because I was more interested in practicing guitar because I was doing my own thing. I wasn't just copying someone else's work. And it was like school. It was boring to me. You know what I mean? So I met this guy in high school called Sharif, and like we started a band and we wrote a bunch of songs. And anytime we would like play somewhere, he was the singer. I was just doing backup singing. He was the singer in the band at the time. And anytime we would go play like a high school or some shit like that, like girls would start crying and stuff. And then to me, like he thought it was like insane. But to me, I was just like, bro, like girls are crying, man. Like I think we should like, bro, if you can go to America, like I can go. Like let's go, dude. And he just like thought it was like stupid. And I eventually like came and I'm doing it. So I don't know.
What do you write mostly about?
It's different. It has to interest me enough to where, or like I have to feel it enough to like write about it. So like mostly like current events that are important to me that I'm passionate about. Like we have a song called Burn Me. It's about Bernie Sanders, and it's because Bernie Sanders lost. And to me, it was like, so that guy is in the group. He's in the crew, the biggest crew. He's a white guy also. You know what I mean? And they were able to gang up on him just because he wanted to give the people a fair like shake.
Yeah.
So like to me, that was like the worst part, that if it can happen to this guy, none of us have a chance going through that system.
Is your band like similar to like a Rage Against the Machine type vibes?
Definitely, sometimes. I would say like I write love songs too, or like songs just about life. Like I used to be a heroin addict when I was like in college and high school, and I've been clean for about 10 years now.
That's good.
Yeah, one day I went and saw this guy, and he was like singing about his biggest problem, that his girlfriend thinks he's cheating on her. And I was like, damn, dude, I need to get better problems. And I quit. And that was the last time I did heroin.
When drugs and music go together, to me,
sure,
just like hip hop and basketball, right?
Sure.
Especially back in the 80s, like the drugs, when these rock bands and shit, right? And what was produced was great music and songs. You said you used to do heroin. Did that help in the creativity side? Like, did it bring out a different type of artistry because you were able to, I don't know, see like
it made me feel
flowers walking around the earth or some shit?
No, it makes you feel things and stuff, but like, and like, sure, I've written songs on heroin, but all these songs that I've written are, I've written these songs sober. Like my best work I've written sober. And when I was like in my heroin addiction, I wasn't really interested in being in, like, I was in a band with that guy and he was just not motivated enough. Yeah. Like, I feel like if just the person that I am, if I was like, if he was motivated enough, maybe I could give you like an answer about that. But personally myself, like if I tried to be a musician back then, I probably would have quit. Cause like, I don't think I could do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it would be, and it's not because I couldn't do it. I could. Like I told you, like these songs we wrote on heroin, like they make girls cry. You know what I mean? Like they made people pay attention to us and like woo and stuff, and more than like big acts that were like performing that day.
Were you able to keep a good relationship with your parents during this time when you were on heroin?
They're just really nice people and love me very much, and that's why I was able to keep it. Okay. And that's why I didn't get in trouble. And
did they know you were addicted?
Yeah, at some point. Yeah, like not like after like a little bit, or after like the first year, they knew.
Okay.
Like it was obvious. Like I lost a lot of weight and like bags, black eyes, and shit like that. So like it was very, very obvious.
What was the final? Like? Did something happen in your life to where like, okay, I need to quit now? Because I'm pretty sure you thought about quitting. There was a couple of people told you should stop, but everyone stops when. Well, I don't know everyone. Everyone is different, but a lot of people, the majority of people, stop doing things when, okay, boom. I was driving drunk and I accidentally crashed and killed someone. Now I'm never taking a drink again. Like,
Sure.
Did anything drastic happen in your life to where you were like, okay, now it's time?
I just realized I needed to be honest with myself, and my choices were being who I am. If I stayed in Egypt, I would still be a heroin addict. And it's not because being in Egypt makes you a heroin addict. Being in Egypt just makes someone like me who can't speak their mind and like wants to be like in a band and like an artist and stuff like that and free thinking. I would have probably died of heroin there. Even if I'd started a band or like any of that, you know what I mean? Maybe I would have been motivated enough, but like that was one thing. And also, my mom one day, like I just didn't have to fight her anymore for the money to get high. Like she just one day she just gave it to me, and I just felt really disappointed. And that was the first big time I quit. And then after trying to start,
but did you feel like, okay, well, she doesn't care anymore?
Yeah,
She's like, fuck it, I'm done. Like trying to convince you to stop.
It felt like I meant less to her, and like she's my mom. You know what I mean? I just didn't want to keep disappointing her, and that first time was, I guess, like now that I think about it, I've never thought about this before, but now that I think about it, probably was for her, and I just like really toughened it out. And then I came here, and after I quit my marketing job for like a year while I was writing the songs, I was like meeting with people, and they just like, it's not like they're not talented or anything. They just lack the motivation to actually do work. Like they want everything to be handed to them. They don't want to go on the tour. They don't want to practice every week. Like all of that stuff. Like being this, like this is who I am. You know what I mean? It's not just a job. Like it lets me be me. And like, I just don't think a lot of people who call themselves artists are like that.
Yeah.
But they're entertainers for sure. But to me, like, I would have been the same way if I was a painter. Like I write comic books and I'm the same way in them. Like it's what I feel. You know what I mean? It's what I want to do. It's not what's popular or anything like that. It's just what I like. So like, I pay attention to what's popular, but it's like, I pay attention because I see all the bad things and I just know what not to do. But then the second time, like I said, I was trying to start the band and it was just not working out. And I went to Egypt on vacation and relapsed. And then I came back here and I saw that guy playing music in this band called Triathlon at Brick and Mortar. Shout out to Brick and Mortar and Gerald and AJ.
Shout out Gerald.
And shout out to the Crafty Fox, the bar next to Brick and Mortar. They're like great people. And what's it called? Yeah, I just saw him, and his biggest problem was that his girlfriend thought he was cheating on him. She was cheating on her. He was cheating on her. Sorry. And to me, I was just like, "Damn, dude, that guy's worst problem is better than all of my problems." I was like, "I just got to get better problems now, and I'll be happy." Like I got to stop surrendering to something that comforts, like comfort food.
Yeah.
You know, I got to stop surrendering to that and keep working. Because if I keep working, it'll work out.
Let's talk about the band Goof. Where did this name come from?
So, the band used to be called Mutt for a bit. and we had to change it because we played our first show we played was with a band called That. You know what I mean? So, and I was like, dude, I had a great idea. I was like, bro, let's tell them
You didn't
we'll fight
realize
them
this
for it.
beforehand? That both you motherfuckers are called the same thing?
Nah, I looked up and they're like really obscure. That's why like I didn't know. But like, and honestly, I didn't give a shit. I was just like, bro, like if they're not like on a record label or some shit,
Yeah.
they like they can go fuck themselves. But I had this great idea that like they should fight us for the name. And like we'll get like KY jelly and stuff and like a pool and like it'll be fun. And whoever wins gets to keep the name. But my bandmates were like, no, we're not doing that. So I was just
that
like,
would've been crazy.
And I'd been thinking about Goof for a bit for like another project. But I realized that it fits the music so much because like most of my music is like, it's about how other people are goofy. Like it's not funny goofy. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, y'all are goofy, dude. That's why I'm writing this music. Like, I can't believe someone is still racist. You know what I mean? That's insane to me. Like, I can't believe people are still arguing. Like, people think they shouldn't have healthcare. Like, half the country is like, I think having free healthcare is bad. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
or like what's it called? Just religion differences. That's insane to me. Just like we have supercomputers and in our hands every day, and we still can't get over each other. You know what I mean? Like you literally can go into your own bubble of entertainment and life, and you still can't like not be nosy. You know what I mean? And like
it's a voyeur society that we live in.
Well, dude, if the most viewed place cannot get its shit together, the rest of the world won't.
Yeah.
So all those people, dude, that's what I mean. Like everyone is influenced by this place. This place has like every other place is great too, man. Like I said, there's a lot of different things about Egypt that I don't get here. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things in Europe that you'll never get here. And Russia, Asia, like it's just different places. And people have to start thinking of it like that because we're all just people.
Yeah.
Like we're all together. You know what I mean?
How many projects does Goof the band have out?
So we have like a demo record, but don't listen to it. I mean, listen to it if you want to see how like the songs like started out. It just has like 4 songs. And then we have like 2 albums out. One called Kill 'Em All, and the other one is called G2 Judgment Day, but it's spelled with a G because like.
And that just came out, right?
That just came out. Yeah, and you can buy them on vinyl. We have a really cool deal on Bandcamp now. If you buy both, they're for $30. And the first one only has like a few copies left. So like we have, I think like 30 copies left.
I believe I was watching.
Oh, my bad. But please go to @GoofTheBand on Instagram. Go to the link tree, and there's a link to our Bandcamp. You can listen to our music for free. But we also have a link to a $1 Patreon. If you support us, it's $1 a month, and you get our music for free. It's even downloadable for free. So please go subscribe to our Patreon. It's $1 a month. It's nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it helps us eventually. My goal is eventually to reach 50,000 people to be paying us $50,000 a month. And if that happens, a huge chunk of that is going to go to charity every month. So hopefully, like, we can make that happen. Yeah.
I remember I was
off.
watching a clip of you guys being interviewed, and then you guys were talking about Spotify and like taking your music off Spotify. Can you explain that story?
So our music is everywhere else other than Spotify. And I understand that other companies do shady practices, but none of them are like throwing it in our face like Spotify. Number one, I've always wanted to take our music out of there, and I've always talked to the band about it just on the fact that they don't care about artists. And I understand other places are like that also in a way, but not like them. They're the biggest platform and make billions of dollars and still cannot just be helpful to artists. Like the whole goal of companies like this is to make the experience better than the record company. And yet it's worse.
Can you, I really don't know what they do. So can you give me some examples of what exactly they're...
The money you get is like nothing. You know what I mean?
Talking about like the streaming.
Yeah, streaming money is nothing, and they pay, being biggest platform, they pay the lowest margins. So that's number one. You know what I mean? Number two, that ICE ads. That's crazy to me. Like, dude, that like crazy revolutionary albums exist on that platform. Like, imagine you were listening to like The Times They Are Changing or NWA's Fuck the Police, and like all of a sudden like there's an ICE ad. Like, come on, bro. Like, nah, dog. Like, it's crazy. But also the last thing is investing the money that they make off of us in AI warfare. Like, dude, we're artists. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want the company I work with to be killing people in the future. I don't want that's where my money to go. Like, dude, when we took our music off Spotify, we had 1,000 listeners just on Spotify, monthly listeners.
Yeah.
Every and they're gone. Like, I don't know how many of them still listen to us on other platforms. Not the same amount, but it's worth it. Like, I feel better. I sleep better. I know my music is elsewhere, and I know all I have to do is keep talking to people like you and keep playing my music and keep touring and doing all that stuff and like making music. And that's how like you continue that independence. That's the whole point of the internet and independence, that we don't have to cave to people like this.
And all of your music can only be heard on Bandcamp, right?
No, it's on Apple Music.
Oh,
it's on Tidal.
It's just not on Spotify.
It's just not on Spotify.
Okay. Do you think more artists should do what you guys did?
Well, it's, to me, that's how I felt I think so, but it's also how I felt in the sense of like, and I was inspired when I saw other people, bigger artists, do it. Like King Gizzard did it, Dear Hoof did it, Massive Attack did it, Reggie Watts has done it. Like, all these people are huge. If they can do it, so can you. You know what I mean? And like, I get that a lot of our favorite artists are on there, but they don't own their music, man. They can't talk to their followers and tell them every day, like, hey, man, listen to me over here, because they have a record deal. They can't shit on that record company. Like, their life is kind of signed away. So like, now, like, you're in that position right now. That this is the time to actually be real. Because once that money comes, it's really hard to stay real. Because like, dude, all of us like are like, I understand other people are doing well while they're making art sometimes, but a lot of artists are struggling. And like, when all of a sudden you don't have to ever worry about food, like, not just you, but all of your family, like, to come even, you know what I mean, doesn't have to worry because you made it. That changes a lot of things. So this is the time to practice being yourself. Are
you guys actively searching for a record deal, or would you?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I mean,
so when it comes to either having a record deal or being 100% independent, you will choose the record deal?
So it depends. If before we get a record deal, things have changed, you know what I mean? Like, there's artists winning Grammys and like coming up in their 50s now, you know what I mean? And making great records and being recognized and stuff. Like Kendrick's in his like 30s, you know what I mean? Like Jid, like all those people. There's a lot of artists that are not kids anymore, you know what I mean? It's not just like a very young field anymore. And I feel like if before that time comes, you're able to make it independently, then yeah, I wouldn't get a record deal. I wouldn't sell my music. You know, unless they paid me like a huge amount of money where I can change things for like so many people and like the deal is so good, you know what I mean? Then I wouldn't do it. If I'm financially set independently, no, I wouldn't. But if I can't even eat, you know what I mean? And someone offers me like what? Like, I don't know, dude, like $3-4 million. I don't know. Maybe I'd give them 2-3 albums for that money. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So like, and I don't know, like maybe it's just one album, maybe it's two. Like that's like I write a lot of music.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
From your first album, I'm not talking about the EP. From that first album to
Kill 'Em All,
to the one that recently came out,
Judgment Day.
What did you learn about yourself?
Sure. I learned that I like writing different genres of music. I get just accidentally influenced because I listen to so much like other stuff like hip hop and stuff like that. So like I'll do funny metaphors and double entendres and stuff like that, like in my lyrics.
Yeah.
And like it's aggressive, you know what I mean? Like not a lot of rock and roll is like this, like as honest as like Rage Against the Machine, as you mentioned, or Nirvana or Tool or System of a Down. Not everyone is writing like political lyrics, you know what I mean? It's not like Deftones is a political band, you know what I mean? But they're great musicians. But this is where I was interested the most when it comes to music, is Pink Floyd, Nirvana, System of a Down. Those are my favorite bands. Eminem, you know what I mean? Eminem is a really political artist, you know?
Eminem?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
You've never heard White America?
I've heard it, but I mean, I don't. When it comes to political rap, I don't think of Eminem. Sure. I think of like Public Enemy type shit.
Sure. Public Enemy is sure. I get what you're trying to say, but that's kind of what I mean. Like, I don't like writing the same. I write writing a lot of genres within my album. So like, I won't focus on like one thing. Like, once I'm done with a topic, I'm done with it. Unless it can be approached through a different lens, I'm done with that. You know what I mean? I start writing about other stuff. There's a lot of problems. There's a lot of emotions to be felt. So that's kind of what I mean in the sense of like, I don't like writing the same genre within this. The album has a mix of genres, and that's kind of influenced by System of a Down, Pink Floyd, Michael Jackson, Prince. Like, those albums are really eclectic. It's not like just one genre. Like Michael Jackson, you'll hear metal like solos in Michael Jackson's like music. You know what I mean? You'll hear like really cool blues and like rock and like really funky bass. Like Speed Demon has one of the craziest bass runs ever. Like like that is like such a small part while he's singing that it's like it's just so cool. And to me, that's kind of where I'm interested in writing music. Like I like writing different types of songs within the album. It's more of like a film. Yeah. Every album is like a film, and this next one is going to be the end of a trilogy, basically.
The Judgment Day album, was it difficult for you to complete? For you guys to complete, or did everything flow Did everything flow?
So writing the album is always the hardest part. Not writing the songs, but writing the final version of the song with the bass and drums and stuff, because everyone has ideas. Everyone wants to go hard and like be really creative, I guess. Not just experimental. Like, creative is the right word, because experimental could just be for you, but you have to be like I said, like people like Kendrick and Metallica and System of a Down, they approach this like, no matter what their music sounds like, there's a pop sense to it, and because of that, you hear a lot of genres mix into their music. Like you listen to System of a Down and you'll hear Arabic music, you'll hear like techno, you'll hear hip hop, like a lot of stuff just like within like a metal band. So that's kind of what inspires me. Like even like Pink Floyd, like the genres within their, like the songs within their albums are like completely different than each other, and it's cool. That's what you want. Like, you don't want the listener to be like, oh, that's like that song 3 listens ago. You know what I mean?
How do you guys deal with when you run into situations like that, when like you're making a song or recording something, right, and then one bandmate thinks that, I think whatever should be like this, and then you're like, I don't think so. Like, how do you guys
Sure.
get over that? Is it like a vote? Or
We try all the versions. So I'll take their consideration. Sometimes, honestly, dude, most of the times they're usually right about their stuff, and like my songwriting is tight and like has, like I said, this pop sensibility. Even though it's like a grunge punk metal kind of band, it has like a pop sensibility that could like appeal to a lot of people, and because of that, the songwriting is like very tight. So like you have to stay in the pocket even if you're trying to experiment. You know what I mean? So we take all of our ideas and we try that part all the different ways, and we just all agree that that's the best way, like the most. And then sometimes I'll just know that this is the best, and we'll just play it a lot, and they'll be like, "You were right. That was the best." But that's not a lot, honestly. That might happen like once in the album or twice. And certain things are different, like a certain type of beat, like a certain feel for the song. These are things that sometimes I have to decide. But other than that, it's usually organic. And like I said, if you're making music with like your friends, people you consider family, like there's a certain like give and take and like respect that's there.
Do you get where do you get most of your motivation from when it comes to making music?
It used to be that I wanted to talk about these important things, and I believed that I have the artistic ability to get through to people and like remind them of it. Because I know I'm not the first person to say racism is bad, or people need healthcare, or like you're in love, or like heartbreak sucks, or any of that, you know, or talk about school shootings, or like there's, like I said, like a lot of different things, you know? But at the same time, it's how you approach it is what makes it new and different. So I believe that I have the artistic ability to put those thoughts and remind people of these great ideas that have come before us. You know what I mean? From many great artists and writers. And in that regard, that's what used to motivate me. But since playing live music, and like seeing kids like come talk to me about like their friend not doing drugs because like they showed them our song, or like someone saying like this song really helps them out at work and helps them get through the day. You know what I mean? Or like, oh dude, that's like one of my top songs this year. You know what I mean? Or like, this really means a lot to me because it speaks. And I don't know whether they're having a personal experience with the topic or not, but like it speaks to them. And now that's what motivates me, is reaching people with these ideas as opposed to with a celebrity. Like they're not really talking to me about me. You know what I mean? Like they don't give a fuck who I'm dating, or like what I'm eating, like what I'm wearing, like any of that shit you see on like TMZ or some shit. Like they're my fans. I don't know them. I'm from Egypt. You know what I mean? It's not like we're friends, but they're not interested in that. They're cool and they're funny and they're interested in making jokes and like being nice and I don't know, and partying hard, like in the sense of like dancing and moshing and stuff, or like it's the effect the music has on them is what they want to come and talk to me about, like what that song feels to them or means to them. Or I just see sometimes like when some people are reacting to like the Bernie Sanders song, like it's cool because they were frustrated about that. You know what I mean? And this song is helping them out with that frustration. Or someone who is really frustrated because there wasn't a lot of like Palestinian, like when we were playing Crackhead Boss and Taxes, which are two songs that talk about Palestine through different lenses, but what's it called? Like people weren't talking about Palestine yet when we were playing those songs, and I would have to have really hard conversations because we would play songs with like shows with like people that are Jewish, and like at the time everyone was like, this is complicated. I'm like, no, it's not complicated, dude. Y'all just have not seen it yet like how we see it in the Middle East. And one day when the internet shows you, you'll change your mind. And that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, one time I said Free Palestine on like my Instagram before that, and I got like over 20 like Hebrew messages or some shit. And I was just like, damn, dude, that's crazy. It's crazy to me that like is here. You know what I mean? As opposed to just over there. But yeah, so like, I don't know. To me, those like we played a show before the whole January 7th like bombings and like all of that stuff. I think it was January 7th. I think so. Like before the whole Gaza stuff and everyone became aware of it. Because like if you remember, everyone was like, "Well, we don't know what's happening." I'm like, "Bro, it's been happening for 70 years. Do you see why they control not Jewish people, but like how America controls all the narratives?"
Yeah, a lot of people don't know the history of that area and the people.
No, and like
they're just saying, "Oh, free Palestine," or they'll say like about Israel without even knowing the history or doing research, or just because it's the thing to say now.
Dude, we were playing a house show in Santa Rosa.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You know the craziest shit that I've heard is like when gay people say gays for Palestine. Or when they have that fucking flag and they turn it into the rainbow. Like, do you guys know how they feel about gays over there?
Sure. Okay. That's that. All right. I see why you would think that. I think it's a good thing because that's how you change how they feel about them. Like when
areas like that would not change their mind about fucking. Dude, like some places are like there will never be peace with like Afghanistan and like areas where like religion is like we this Quran or whatever. This is exactly what we believe in.
Sure.
And that's that. If you go against it, we'll fucking kill you.
So the main thing about like Quran or like Islam is that it's supposed to be, again, like personal. Like people have their way of life and you have your way of life and you don't get involved. So this nosiness is always from people who are in power. And now that's what I mean with the internet. It is important to show each other that on a human level, we respect each other. And it's cool to me that even though like the Middle East is not very gay friendly, that people here don't care. It is such a urgent human issue over there between Israel and Palestine. Like a whole race is getting eradicated. You know what I mean? And that's kind of, to me, like a whole people are being erased. And that's, to me, that's why it's like, it's so important to see that support, because then like the people over there will be like, oh, damn, man, these people that we were hating on, like when it came down to like humanity, they were with us.
Yeah.
And
I just don't think they will give a fuck.
Things change, man.
There's no problem with the support, but why do you have to say gays for Palestine? Just say free Palestine. Why do you have to put the gay shit?
I get what you mean.
It's like me walking around saying black people for the KKK.
Sure.
Like, come on now.
Well, I mean, but that's not like Palestinians are not the KKK.
But you know what I'm saying.
Where that like
I'm
doesn't
saying
count,
like
that's not the same, dude.
I'm trying to word it in a way where like it's like they don't like you. So why? You know what I'm saying. I don't have to go deep dive.
Like I said, dude, like in Egypt, for example, like, okay. So one time I have a song, the title track of the second album is called Judgment Day. Okay. And that song is about me and my friend doing heroin in a mosque one day. We were really hurting.
Okay.
And we just respected the mosque and went in there.
This is an Egypt.
Shoot up. Yeah.
Okay.
And
is heroin easy to get out there or something?
It's not that hard if you know.
Okay.
But
I don't ever think heroin was a drug of choice in Egypt.
Well, I mean, we make it. Like the Middle East and like Asia make heroin. Like that's where you get most of your opiates, dude. Like if we didn't grow that puppy, bro, like you would have no morphine. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, continue the story.
So we went in to shoot up, and he went into the same stall with me because he couldn't shoot up for himself anymore. They caught us, went outside, they were beating us up, and we realized, because they started calling us faggots, we realized that they were beating us up because we were gay. But we took out the needles. We were like, bro, we're just doing heroin. And they stopped. And they were like, what?
Were they trying to like
get out of here,
kill you?
Dumb kids? Well, they were hitting us, I don't know, like maybe. Like, I don't think they were going to kill us, but they would have beaten us badly enough, and we would have been taken to the police station, and they would have beat us over there too, probably. But I don't think they would have killed us. You know what I mean? Yeah, murder is like a serious thing in Egypt. That's kind of what I mean. Like the Middle East and Muslim countries are different. They're not all the same. Like it's not all Saudi Arabia or what do you call it? Iraq or some shit, like those places. Like it's not all like that. You know what I mean? Like I honestly, I don't know. Like there's not many countries. Like you know how like they say they throw gay people off the roof and stuff. Like we don't. I've never seen that done in Egypt. You know what I mean? Like so like and like there's many gay people in Egypt that I personally knew. You know what I mean?
That are out walking around holding hands and shit?
Well, I mean, they're not out walking around holding hands and shit, but even straight people don't do that. So that's kind of what I mean. It's a different culture. Like it's not the same thing. And like, that's why people come here to a more enlightened place within Western values. But over there's like a different thing. Like I said, like my family, like the only reason we were able to have a relationship on drugs while I was on drugs is because they were very nice.
Yeah.
But they were very nice also because my grandfather was a very good Muslim. Like he would take like a poor person with him to do the pilgrimage and stuff because they couldn't afford to do that. And that was like a really big deal. Like he'd feed a lot of poor people. He'd like give a lot of money away and like help a lot of people out. Like I said, there was like a lot of people coming to our house and at his funeral, like just like paying respect. And that's because of how he was inspired by Islam. You know what I mean? He took care of all of his brothers, like all of our family, everything we spend till this day is because of him. But it's also because he was a good Muslim. So like, while I don't live the same life, I'm inspired by him. So I'm inspired by someone who's deeply religious, but I'm inspired by the best qualities of that. So like, it depends on the person, man. And like, if you reach, and you know what? My grandfather, there's a really famous gay actor in Egypt. My grandfather was his roommate for a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they were like cool with each other and stuff. He would like tell us about him and stuff like that. And he went to Italy. That's how he made most of his money. He went to Italy and like started designing like costumes for television and stuff. And like, because he knows sewing. Like, and then he made money and came back and opened that boutique for his brothers and opened a construction company for himself. The first high rise he built, like he gave his brothers, what's it called, apartments and stuff like that, like money in the bank. And he didn't have to do that. But it's because he's a good, to him, that's what a good Muslim does.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I mean. Like when my grandfather met that actor, it's not like he didn't ever say like bad things about him. that's kind of because it'd be wrong to say bad things about someone, not because he was embarrassed or some shit. You know what I mean? It's just because that's not what he does. He doesn't talk about people like that. So it's like, unless they did something wrong, like he won't talk about them. It's their personal life, and it comes from that they have their religion and way of life, and we have our religion and way of life. So if you're a good Muslim, you will think like that. But there's a lot of money into making people sheep. So how do you change that? You got to show people love, especially if you think you're the most enlightened one. Like, that's why this whole Israel and Palestine thing is a big deal, because they have all the power. And not only that, they were never there. Like, Palestine, like, was a country. Like, not only that, but like when Jews were like coming to Palestine, like during the Holocaust, like they were welcoming them. They're like, this is awesome. Like, they're gonna come bring a lot of business. This is gonna be fucking sick. Meanwhile, they were planning to kill them and like create gangs and stuff and like militias to take over like their apartments. Have you seen these videos? Even till this day, they just walk into your house and they're like, it's mine now. Like, it's crazy, dude. That is like a Western world. Can you imagine someone walking into your house here and like being like, "Hey, man, we're gonna take
I can
half of
imagine
this now."
it's going on.
Huh?
It's going on right now.
I'm just saying, man.
Not to that extent, but I mean, it is going on. But I don't want to spend this whole time on Palestine and
Sure.
let's talk about let's get back to
Like I said,
the music.
everyone can see now on the internet, and they can make up their own mind. That's why I want everyone to support each other, and I hope more gay people say they're gay supporting Palestine, because then the people in the Middle East might not be as homophobic as you think they are. They're great people, dude, and they have faults just like people have faults here. We're not racist in Egypt, but y'all are here. You see what I'm saying? Like, we don't go after trans people in Egypt. We have trans people, but we don't go after them and make their lives hell. You know what I mean? You do here.
Well, first of all, it ain't me.
Well,
It's
I'm
white-
just saying America.
White
We do.
America.
I'm American
Say
as
white
well.
America.
Well, I'm American as well.
Yes,
And like
say
those
white
people,
America.
But those people too outside represent us.
They represent white America.
Sure, but that's because you're here. To someone in Vietnam, it's America, dude.
I think the Vietnam people know it's white America there too.
I get
Everyone around the world knows.
I get what you're trying to say, but
it's
it's
the white
just
America.
what, like, to them, like, Americans have no power. It's whoever's in power doing it to them. Like, dude, Obama was like killing people. He's black. That's still white America. You know what I mean? Like that, like that's like once you've reached that level, you got white people problems. Like LeBron doesn't have black people problems anymore. It's like white people problems. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do you think the Bay Area is? Well, what do you think about the Bay Area, the music scene out here?
I think it's awesome. I think there's a lot of creativity. I think there's, especially hip hop is like amazing here. Like, I would say that's like the strongest like genre here. Like